Hi, I'm Big Vash, aka Triqqerhappy77 on Instagram. Today I'm going to do a little rant about my newly acquired Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Red Alert. Hey. Just wanted to come on real quickly and talk about the new Kingdom Red Alert that I got. I'm not doing a review, just wanted to say a couple of things about it that I thought, I'm going to share with everybody. Well, I guess not share, like I'm not letting you know about anything that I know that you don't know, but share in the sense of these are my thoughts. So I just got it, and I like it. I've always liked the mold that they used for Siege, Red Alert, and Sideswipe, and this one is no different. He does. I mean, he looks a little different in the sense of they kind of changed the design, but it's still the same mold, transformation, car, and everything. The only thing that they did that I don't like is they took out where the spoiler would go. I like does Hasbro have an issue with spoilers? Because I think it's one of the best things about the Lamborghini cars. When the Siege Sideswipe and Red Alert came out, they didn't have spoilers either in their Cybertronian car modes. As a matter of fact, let's take a look real quick. Okay, so see these guys, they have spoilers, but that's because I bought them from a company called Nanef Productions. You can find them on online, but I bought the spoilers separately because these cars didn't come with them. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a big deal, but I just do like the I like the spoilers. I think it makes the car look more Lamborghini-ish and more like the original cartoon, which is what I'm going for. So yeah, I had to buy these separate, and they weren't expensive either. I think they're like $5 per car spoiler set. I think. Don't quote me on that. But so I wanted to get some for Kingdom Red Alert, but he doesn't have the ports you need to put them in. I don't think. Hopefully they'll be able to upgrade that and make it so that you can put it in. But that's my only issue with the car version, for me personally. Now, when it comes to the robot version, I think it's great. I have no complaints whatsoever. Let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, so in the robot modes, they're all kind of look about the same. Especially, let's take Sideswipe out for now, because we can just work with the two red alerts, which is what this video was supposed to be about. So they kind of changed, they basically really just changed the colors, and they kind of reshaped the front of the car here. Changed a few colors, and for the most part, it's about the same. And I'm totally okay with it because I really enjoyed the Siege Red Alert. I would have kept that in my collection as the main Red Alert had they not put out the new Kingdom version. But now that they have him, and he looks a little more like the car from like an Earth mode car, he's going to go on the shelf. And this Siege Red Alert, I'll show you where he's going in just a minute. The other thing is the weapons. The Kingdom weapon, like the rocket launcher here and the gun, are the same ones that Siege came with, but I upgraded with, again, Nanef Productions, and I gave him the white with the red rocket and the red gun like he's supposed to have. So, in preparation for Kingdom version coming out, I bought another set, and I am going to replace the ones he came with the ones from Nanef Productions. Now I'm totally happy with this. Well, other than the spoiler situation, but I do feel like I'll be able to find an upgrade kit for the spoiler sooner rather than later. Now, I think it's shelf time. So Red Alert from Kingdom will now go up on my Season 2 Autobot shelf. So let's go ahead and put that there. Kingdom Red Alert, let's move him out of the way, is going to go onto my Autobot Season 2 shelf in place of Siege Red Alert. So there we go. The only person I'm missing, well, I'm missing two characters from season 2, and that's Blaster and Skids, which Blaster, I hear it's coming out soon, but Skids, I hear he's coming out, but if he doesn't come out, I'm not really that much at a loss, but he is part of the crew. So season 2 is set for now. And now we're going to talk about what happens to figures when I get new versions of them. Because I don't throw them away because they're still part of my collection. But I did recently get the new Kingdom Galvatron to take over for my Titans Return Galvatron, which honestly, with Titans Return Galvatron, I really enjoyed it. I thought this was a great figure. The only thing I didn't like was the headmaster situation. Because, number one, Galvatron's not a headmaster. But he couldn't turn his head. I didn't like that. But the rest of him I was like okay with. I was like, okay, you know, it's a good figure, it's a good toy, I like it. And then when Kingdom came out, I just realized how bad Titans Return was. This Kingdom Galvatron is so much better in every way, shape, and form. I love this character. One of the things that I really liked about the Galvatron design from way back in '86 when he was first revealed was on his legs, he had like these rings. And I don't know what about that made me like notice it, but I did always notice it. And this Galvatron didn't have it. But I mean, you know, I wasn't going to worry about it because it wasn't a big deal. But just the details of the new Kingdom Galvatron that they put in really makes me enjoy it. So I'm really, really glad to have upgraded that. So the Titans Return Galvatron that I'm no longer going to use because the Kingdom Galvatron is going to go onto the shelf. Titans Return Galvatron is going to go into what I call my toy graveyard. And that's where all the older figures go. So why do some figures go into the toy graveyard? It's basically because if a better version or a version that I like better comes out, then there's no need for this one anymore. Like, let me see. For instance, how many hot rods do we need? This is Power of the Prime's hot rod, which I thought was okay, but the new Studio Series 86 hot rod is much better. This is a great figure, the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. The only problem is with the new War for Cybertron figures, he's just a little too tall, and he looks a little more Cybertronian-y than the War for Cybertron figures. We've got Generations Blitzwing. He looks like a mess right now. But I do like the Titans Return Blitzwing better. The only problem is I don't like the Headmaster factor. But if it weren't for the Headmaster factor, it'd be a great figure. Also, like, this is Wheeljack from War for Cybertron. The arm is off. It's in here somewhere. But Kingdom is a little better because the little windows in his legs don't pop off every time I transform him. And I don't even need to tell you about Ratchet. The War for Cybertron Ratchet, Siege or Earthrise is better than this thing. And this was a tough one, Generations RC, because I like this figure. I like this figure a lot, but I decided to go with Kingdom. Why? I'm not really sure. I do like this one a little better. I might revisit that decision. But yeah, that's the basics on the toy graveyard. Now, Retgar, who I just recently got the Studio Series 86 version, which, I mean, I don't even have to tell you how much better that is than this old ugly thing that I never liked. I only had it because I needed a Retgar, and this was the one that Hasbro offered, and I'm just like, to each their own. I'm sure there are some people out there who think it's a classic and they love it. I personally never cared for it, and this is what I want. But this Retgar is not going to go into the toy graveyard as of yet because, you know, there's a whole world of Junkions, and they're basically, I don't know, they're scrap metal put together to create figures on the planet of junk, and this could easily be one of them. So I'll use him as one of the Junkions on the when I make a scene. So he can still be useful, but he won't be Retgar. So he doesn't go into the toy graveyard. But Retgar Studio Series 86 is definitely going on the shelf. Now we come to figures like Siege Red Alert, who, again, love this. I love that toy. I'm not mad that I bought it. I don't feel like I wasted money, but I do rather have Kingdom Red Alert on the shelf. So Siege Red Alert is going to go onto a different shelf. I'll show you that now. Siege Red Alert, he's going to go over onto my shelf of Cybertronian versions, which for now we'll just put him in front, but I might move him around later when I have time. So these are all the figures that were in the main shelf, and then an Earthrise version came up, or they never had an Earthrise version, like the Fembots. They were strictly Cybertronian, so they'll stay there. Orion Pax became Optimus Prime, as you know. This is Siege Ultra Magnus, which I just got Kingdom. And then the Datsuns and Ironhide and Prowl were all remade as Kingdom versions. So this is my Cybertronian shelf. Pretty soon, Mirage and Sideswipe are going on here. And then hopefully Hound. And then that'll probably be about it. But yeah, so those are my words on the new Kingdom and Siege Red Alerts.